say her knee falls off, and then we're asking her to come on the show right now.
And then we laughed about it.
Yo, your Layup Lounge members. Happy New Year's, man. We're coming live to you from the Layup Lounge, episode 9 of season 2. We're keeping it fresh. New topics about the NBA, the WNBA, NFL, NHL, MLB. Anything. Pop culture, whatever you want to know. Sneaker news, it's all coming here to you live from the Layup Lounge. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for continuing to show love. We're back, man. This year's, we're moving the needle this year.
This is the year. We said that. This is the year, and this is the year for everybody to succeed, to strive. You know, peace, love, and happiness to everybody out there watching. And everybody year this year.
Amen.
That's our year. It's the LL's year for sure.
It's the year of the LL, man. We're kicking in the door. Simple as that. We're kicking in the door. But yeah, let's go ahead and dive straight in. You got some relevant topics? I just got some clickbaity ones.
We're leaving that in.
Hey,
That's correct. You said the claim.
It's late.
It was a holiday the other day, December 30th. It was the King's birthday, LeBron James. I thought about throwing a couple steaks on the grill for the King, you know what I'm saying? But he turns 40 years old, and, you know, I just wanted to reminisce, go back in time. I wanted to ask you, I'm not even going to ask you what's your favorite LeBron moment, because it could, you know, correlate with the question I'm about to ask you is, but what is the best LeBron moment to you?
The best LeBron James moment.
The best LeBron James, because he's had many great moments. A lot of his moments could be somebody else's greatest, and he's had plenty of those.
I think for me, the greatest LeBron James moment of all time, breaking the all-time scoring record. I feel like that moment within itself, that's better than any championship. I mean, obviously winning the first one in Cleveland means a lot. That's where, you know, whatever, we know the ties there. But I think breaking the all-time scoring record, you don't just see that, and no one else is going to see that. Like, that just doesn't happen. So I think this is one of those records as well that's never going to be able to get broken. Nobody's on pace right now. No one's going to be on pace. You know what I'm saying? Like, you have to be a machine. Like, there's no player that's going to be like LeBron James that's going to be able to break that record. So the fact that we're able to witness that bucket, little fade over, was it Thomas Bryant? I think
Thomas Bryant was on the team.
He was on the team. That's right. He was in the photo.
It was against OKC. I forgot who he shot it on.
Some bum. I remember somebody bum.
Watch it be Shea. Watch it be Shea.
But no, he gets the turnaround mid-range. I think LeBron breaking the all-time scoring record is the best LeBron James moment. What do you say?
I mean, there's really two I can think of. I can't even, because it's hard to, you know, dial into one. For sure, that comeback in Cleveland. I'm not hearing the whole Draymond is the reason why they won that. I think, you know, they had how many other two more chances after Draymond came back. So him winning that first one in Cleveland, and by the way, that's his most important championship. I think that stumps any other championship he's won. So definitely the 3-1 comeback. And also that 45 that he had when he was with Miami down 3-2 going back to Boston.
The legacy saver.
Literally his legacy was on the line. They probably would have broke up that team if they were to lose that series, and LeBron just locked in. He said, I'm not even a right turnaround bump fade guy. And he said he was just trying shit.
He was in his zone. He was locked in.
He was just trying stuff.
That's the meme, isn't it?
Yeah. Exactly.
I'm locked in. That's the meme. That's literally the meme.
Have we ever seen any other player locked in the way he was in that game?
No.
I don't think so. He was, bro was, and he was trying stuff during a legacy game. And that's how locked in he was. And I think that has to be the best LeBron moment other than the 3-1 comeback, because, you know, he said it himself. That's when he became the GOAT. So shout out to LeBron James. And
you know, I had to take a shot of the LeBron too. Finished the day with the king inside me. So we had to do that right. Let's do it.
Okay. He did. He said that he could play another 5 to 7.
I heard it.
Do you believe that to be true?
I think so. I mean, I think he's also he's boosting a little bit. I mean, because when he says a high level, what does he mean by high level? You know what I'm saying? Is he going to try and be the bell cow? Is he trying to be the guy? He obviously can't be that anymore.
He can average a cool 15 at the age of 45.
For sure. But, like, at that point, he's going to be a point guard. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's literally going to be a point guard. He's setting screens.
That's cool.
I don't even want him being like the primary ball handler. You know what I'm saying? He can be like a rebounder. Like, let's just convert him to a pick and roll guy. I don't know.
He's gonna be 45 down there scrapping for boards.
Yep, bump it.
That's what we're doing.
Turn him into Zion.
Turn him into Zion?
Yes.
Oh, he might be in better shape at 45 than when Zion is right now. Still.
Oh God!
Like, unless you're really built for it, unless you're like a seasoned vet. But go ahead.
But see, they primarily need him to defend. Like, that's cool. Whatever else you bring,
corner threes.
Yeah, that's solid. But right now, we need you to defend. We need you. We need help on defense. You need to pick up. We need help on defense.
Okay.
We need a guy that can truly guard 2 through 5 almost. You know what I'm saying? Like he can help out on the defensive end a lot.
Yeah.
So I'd like to move for the Lakers. D'Lo back to Brooklyn. I mean, that's his home, bro. He never should have left Brooklyn. That's the most fun.
I mean, he got traded. He basically got traded for Kevin Durant. I mean, you're doing that 10 times out of 10.
No, God. But I mean, it was the most fun Brooklyn team we've seen. You know what I'm saying? We remember that team. That's the
with Jared Dudley. He slapped the floor guarding Ben Simmons.
He was ready.
He said, "What's up?"
That was outstanding ball. Yeah, that was great ball.
That team was fire.
But no, it's cool to see him back in Brooklyn. But yeah, no one wants D'Angelo.
He look old as hell over there now. It's crazy. He's sad.
He's played for everybody now. Nobody wants him. 2 stints on the Lakers.
I'm
like, in Brooklyn.
Is he
Golden State for a second?
He has to be part of the handful. Like, what other guy has played for the same? He's played for 2 franchises twice. I'm not sure. I'm saying I'm not sure. There's been many players that I played for the same franchise twice,
and it's not like he's hella old neither.
He might be 30. No, he's 30.
He might swing back to the Lakers. He could swing back to the
veterans minimum.
The vet minimum.
Come off the bench.
Literally 6-man vet minimum. He might swing back to the Lakers next year.
Orlando. I thought Orlando was gonna take a look at that. I get off Cole Anthony for D'Lo. I get off.
You wouldn't effort? No, I want effort. At least Cole give effort and try.
D'Lo don't try.
No, D'Lo. Bro, he's playing a different kind of basketball right now. It's like
he's playing playground hoops now with the Nets. I mean, it don't even matter what he do. He might be an all-star. The East is, bro. They're so banged up, bro. Like he could become an all-star in this next month.
That's disgusting.
He could. And speaking of lefty point guards, De'Aaron Fox is a coach killer. He is a coach killer. Mike Brown gets fired on the way to the game. He was driving to the game, and he got a phone call saying, "Yeah, you're out of here." After he held a full practice, he went through media. He went back home to pack up his stuff, and then he was driving to the airport, and they said, "Yeah, you're not hopping on the plane, big bro."
That's nuts.
They say he's done.
I didn't know it went down like that. I heard about practice and stuff.
No, they called him while he was on. Like, he was in the facility. Why not just fire him then? He went through a whole practice, whole media thing, and then you fire him on the way to the game. He's an excellent coach. Coach of the year just last year. Boom, gets fired.
Got the extension this summer.
Right, so, I mean, he's paid, which is cool, and it's kind of funny how De'Aaron Fox wanted to make a note of that. Like, oh, yeah, he's getting paid. It don't matter. First of all, I think it might be time to burn that De'Aaron Fox jersey soon, because I don't think he's going to be a Sacramento King past his deadline. I think he's out of there, bro. I think the way he's just been approaching this season mentally, I think obviously he wants to get paid, but he wants the team to be good, and I think he knows the circumstances of the team. They go get DeMar DeRozan. There were some rumblings that Mike Brown was asking him to come off the bench. I'm sure a player of his stature, especially when he's still pretty solid, probably doesn't want to do that. He was the Harrison Barnes replacement. He wasn't doing that to come off the bench, but man, I mean, what's next for Sacramento? Because I think that getting off De'Aaron Fox, I think it's not too late to go after Cooper Flag. Draft picks, trade, blow it up. You think they should blow it up?
I don't think so. I feel like this team is still good enough. We've seen that they can compete in the West. I think that it's an overreaction. I think even firing Mike Brown was an overreaction. I think
he got him back.
That's what I'm saying.
They made the playoffs for the first time in 20 years, and then the first
slip up. Literally,
it's only been like 30 games,
with
maybe.
A new roster. Like, you added a small forward who's a mid-range scorer. Like,
he's not a floor spacer.
That's what I'm saying. That's going to mix things up a little bit. Like, we have to learn how to play together. And I feel like he just got scapegoated is the best way to look at it, because they knew people are looking at Fox. They knew people are looking at the players. Like, is it the players or is it the coach? You got to pick one. So I think they obviously chose the coach in this one. But I mean, it's the players. Like, when you look at it, it's the players. Like you said, Fox is trying to get his numbers up. He's trying to get that All NBA, and he deserves.
So.
Like, he's one of the best point guards in the league. He deserves that. but their roster is too talented. It has too many good players for them to be this sorry. So I agree. Something had to change. I don't think they should give up on this roster though. But
did you see that dumbass report from Ramona Shelburne? I think that's her name. Where the Sacramento Kings tried to trade for players, and when that fell out, that's where they're like, all right, we should just fire the coach.
That's crazy.
Like, have you ever seen that before? Where they're like, we can't trade for players, so we just gonna fire the coach. Like, what the hell? Like, what?
That's insane.
And the only thing that would make that reasonable, the only thing that would make that make sense is if they're going into a rebuild and they're almost doing Mike Brown a favor by,
shipping him out.
Yeah, shipping him out. You're paying him to leave. You can go coach whatever team. Maybe Portland. Maybe. I like him on the team. But if they didn't have a discussion like, look, if we're going into a rebuild, you're out of here. If that didn't take place, then yeah, this is a bogus firing because he's a hell of a coach. And it was crazy to see. I don't think I've ever seen that movement of coaches. I don't know if you've seen like all the coaches around the league like reacting to Mike Brown getting fired, but I don't think I've ever seen that after someone getting fired before.
They're just like, this is
like they're like that's bullshit. Like they were really rallying for their guy. So I don't know. Sacramento, De'Aaron Fox, Miami. Maybe
I've seen every Photoshop jersey you can imagine.
Spurs
and shout out Nick Stauskas.
Man, Blazer. How you gonna cook us like that? Blazer legend Nick Stauskas, man. I rock with you, bro.
He fried the LL. Guess what though? You took the cheese, nigga.
Bro, like you wrote a whole life story on how he hating on the pod, bro. But I think that means that we're doing great things around the LL. I mean, like I said, like I ain't even going. You know what? It's holiday season.
Those comments is just like a short defender. I don't see you. You know what I'm saying? I'm getting to my spot. I don't see you. I'm just gonna shoot over you every time.
Just like everybody else he was guarding in the league, they was getting to their spot when you was defending them. When you was with the Guangdong Tigers or wherever, somewhere in China, Europe, they was doing the same thing. You're familiar with, your opponent getting to their spot, and that's exactly what we're doing over here. We're getting to our spot at the end of the day.
We don't see that.
Well, yeah, we don't. we do, but we don't. You know what I'm saying?
That's we don't see that contest.
Easy blow by. You know what I'm saying?
Thank you for the free motion.
We're going to the rim. You know what I'm saying? Like we're getting to the cup.
Two small forwards with no hardware, but who are very notable in our culture, basketball culture.
Is Paul George one of them?
Simmer. Carmelo Anthony versus Paul George. We have all time.
I knew it. He was going to be one of them.
These are two small forwards, though, who are like very renowned within our basketball culture.
Yeah.
Everyone looks at Carmelo like he's a scoring legend. He's just one of those players you look up to. They look at Paul George like he's one of those scoring legends, one of those players you look up to. Man, all time, Carmelo, PG, who do you got and why?
I don't want to sound disrespectful, but this is actually a very difficult question for me. This is actually closer than people might think. I'm giving it to Melo, and it's only because he's top 10 in scoring. That is literally the only reason why I'd have to take Melo. That's it. Because he cannot defend the way Paul George could when he was in his prime. I think Paul George, he might have been better. No, I don't know. It's tough because like we haven't really seen Paul George with his own team since like Indiana, right?
Yep.
I mean, I guess, would you say OKC was his team?
That's Westbrook squad. But I mean, although he was MVP candidate, that's still Westbrook squad.
Yeah, that's his MVP year. Yeah.
That's Westbrook squad, bro. I'm sorry. But no, that's peak Paul George, and that's peak Paul George in my opinion, OKC.
OKC? Yeah. So if I take OKC Paul George versus like New York Knicks Carmelo, I might have to... Because I'm like, peak, it might be PG. It might. Paul George's peak is higher than Carmelo Anthony's peak. And because he's an all-around player. He was an MVP candidate. I don't think Melo was an MVP candidate at any point. I think the only award that he might have, he should have might have won is Rookie of the Year, potentially only because he led his team as a rookie to the playoffs. But I think that Paul George, again, overall player, he's so smooth, bro. Like, he gets to his spots. Melo could not defend anybody. He stopped Linsanity because he was hating.
Insanity.
He is a New York Knicks legend, though. So his legendary status is, I mean, obviously he's higher than Paul George. I mean, Paul George is going out sad right now. But if we're saying peak to peak, man, it's hard, though. It's hard, but I think that Paul George is a better player than Carmelo Anthony. But Carmelo Anthony's a legend, Blazer legend at that. It's just very difficult because, like you said, they don't got any hardware. They got a bunch of all-star appearances. They got a bunch of – they don't. I mean, Paul George got a few conference finals appearances. He just ran into Bron. You know what I'm saying? I mean, Carmelo Anthony ran into Kobe. And that was basically it. I mean, he didn't make it to the conference final. He was putting up – Melo might be the king of empty stats.
Wow. Wow.
He might be – the king. He might be the poster child for. We're talking about hooping for the love of the game. That's all he did his entire career. He wasn't trying to win. He didn't win. He was just trying to get paid and hoop. And I respect it. I respect it. Honestly, I respect it. I mean, that was his goal. But I feel like we're holding Melo to a higher stature than he was holding himself to. So I got to take Paul George. He was a better basketball player than Carmelo Anthony. But scoring, I mean, I'll take Melo for sure. But as a basketball player, Paul George over Melo, I don't even think this is crazy. I don't blame anybody who would, think one way or another. But, yeah, I got to go with PG.
That's a great take. No, I can't even.
Who do you got?
No, I got Paul George, too, for sure.
Really?
I don't think it's that close, neither. I mean, two-way player.
Not that close.
No, yeah. I mean, peak to peak, obviously, Paul George's peak is, I think it's a couple levels above Carmelo's peak. Paul George was he was the best two-way player in the league. I mean, it was him or Kawhi. You could literally argue it was him or Kawhi. So, I mean, defending on one side of the ball, picking up the best forward. He was guarding Bron. He was guarding Harden. He was guarding whoever on the other team. You know what I'm saying? He's picking them up. And on the other side, I'm getting to every spot, step back, Paul George, dunk on you mid-range. There's not at his peak. There's nothing you could do with Paul George. Well, nothing you can't do.
Yeah, no, I'm not. I'm actually thinking about it. I'm not surprised that you think that because you almost thought Paul George was, what do you say, a better scorer than KD?
Oh yeah, he is.
He's a sad basketball player at this point. He's a sad individual at this point. He's hopping on the pod just crying, bro. He was crying to LA. Talk about, I wanted to stay in LA. No, you didn't, because he would have just took the contract. If you really wanted to stay in LA, I feel like he'd be a better player. He's washed up in Philly. But I also think that Jimmy Butler put a hoax on that small forward position in Philly. Because ever since he left, anybody who fills that role, they're trash. But Paul George is weak, for sure. Paul George is weak right now. But, I'm going to give him his credit. His peak is higher than Carmelo Anthony.
Okay, but think about Melo's point in his career. Melo right now is playing where? In Oklahoma City, getting scapegoated?
And then he was
third option, fourth option?
He said, P, yeah, they want me to come off the bench. Yes, bro, you should have came off the bench. You should have came out the pill, for sure. And he went to Houston.
Got cut.
After he had like a 20 ball, and then they cut him. That was crazy. That was crazy.
Then he was out the league for what, a year?
Yeah, we resurrect him in Portland.
He was out for a year.
Almost two, I think.
A year?
Yeah, it was like a year and a half almost.
And then got brought back. And that was cool.
Yeah.
And he was actually that was a great role player. Great role player.
And then went to the Lakers.
A decent role player. Solid.
A lot of washed-up role players go to LA to die because that was it.
That was it.
Because I swear, the league retired him. He didn't want to retire after that.
He hit one of more of these.
It was cooked. Because he was probably getting calls from Sacramento, Utah, Cleveland, and he's like, "Yeah, I'm gonna just hang it up right here."
I swear he said that too, didn't he? Or he's like,
I think he got some calls. He did get some calls, and he was like, "Yeah, I'm just about to hang it up right now." I think it was like Brooklyn, maybe.
I don't know if I've asked you this one before. But these two players once played together in Oklahoma City. They both have MVPs now as well as they, went on their own career routes.
Okay.
But I just want to know who you have all time. One of the greatest, most athletic point guards of all time, Russell Westbrook. One of the greatest scoring two guards, combo guards, James Harden. Who do you think has had a better NBA career, Russell Westbrook or James Harden?
Was that a better NBA career?
Both ringless.
Both ringless.
Both have MVP. Both are legends.
Well,
both top 75. who do you think has had a better career?
That's tough.
Because even Russell Westbrook, resurgence.
James Harden. James Harden's had a better career. I mean, his longevity definitely. He's tapping in back to old Harden right now this year. Like, he's still killing. I mean, Russell Westbrook's been killing this year too. Like late in the season, no, he's been killing.
He's had 16, 10, and 10.
Like ever since
no turnovers.
I said I'm not gonna put you into this, but ever since I called him washed, he's been hooping. So he must watch the show. I don't know. But James Harden's definitely had a better career. He has more hardware. I mean, he got a 6th Man of the Year. You got that. He was running Houston for years. We've seen what it looks like when Russell Westbrook's the first option. We're the 6th seed. That's what it looks like. We can't carry nobody to no Western Conference Finals. We can't do that. We can't do that. James Harden's doing it. You know what I'm saying? He's throwing lobs to Capella. Capella ain't nobody special. But, you know, he was killing. We're going to the Western Conference Finals. We're in the trenches with the Warriors with Trevor Ariza on my wing. You know what I'm saying? Like, Trevor Ariza was playing with Kobe in 2009, and he was washed up at this point in, what was it, 2018? Yeah. Like, what are we doing? He wasn't on nothing. And just a longevity piece. His shoes are better. You know what I'm saying? He's a bigger LA legend than Russell Westbrook.
Whoa.
He's a bigger LA legend than Russell Westbrook.
Whoa.
Well, he's just a better basketball player.
Russ is tapped in though, isn't he?
I mean, he's tapped in.
They both probably tapped in, but I know Russ is tapped in. You know what I'm saying?
He's tapped in, but James Harden.
Russ did the 2020 game for Nip?
That was fire. I ain't gonna lie. That might be his best game in his career though. Like, for real, that was fire though. No, that was fire. But no, James Harden, I trust him more.
2025, if Russell Westbrook takes the last shot, we lost. I'm sorry.
He's not making it. You're not no
if
trust.
We drop a play for Russ in 2025,
it's cooked.
It's cooked, bro. I'm sorry. We're geeked.
He
should be the inbounder. That's what he should be.
Is he like the?
He should be the inbounder.
Is he? What you call it? The least clutch? Not the least clutch, but it's like, is he the highest stature superstar that you wouldn't give the ball to? Like, even in Washington, I was giving it to Bradley Beal before Russell Westbrook.
Oh no, man! I'm trying to. There's what superstar would I not want taking the last? Rudy Gobert.
He's not a superstar though.
Bam Adebayo. Who else?
He's a superstar.
Russell's a superstar right now.
No, you're saying 2025.
I don't know. I'm just trying to think. What?
The point is, I mean, really, he's not getting the last. A lot of there's some role players that he's probably played with that are getting the last shot before Russell Westbrook. Like, you can't draw up a play for Westbrook. It's over. Maybe going to the cup.
An alley-oop. I'll drop a
yeah.
Like a tip-in play or something. Like,
right.
We need something at the cup.
But he's never been, maybe his MVP year. Other than his MVP year, there's not been a season where he's the guy that you give the last shot to.
I think his best game winner is against the Nuggets. The one when he broke the triple-double record.
Oh, yeah. Yep,
he broke the record and then literally hit the game winner. Like, that's his best.
We'll never see a season like, bro, stat padding ass season, bro. That shit was a movie.
First of all, he got the triple-double record like 2 minutes before the game ended. Then he pulls up from 40 feet and bangs a three.
These are what movies are made of.
He literally
he had one of the
three and sends him home. What?
He gave it his all.
But yeah, like you said, James Harden got the better shoes too. We're wearing Hardens in the club.
To the club.
It's hashtag Hardens in the club 2025. Get on or get left. Hardens in the club. We're bringing back, bro. Remember when we used to wear basketball shoes outside? Or like, you know, it used to be like a common practice to like put on your KD4s
with the cargo pants or shorts
to school with it. LeBron 8s to school with it. Like LeBron 10s to school with
LeBron
it.
10s heavy.
To school with it. You know what I'm saying? Like those were the ones. I remember LeBron 11s to school. I wore 12s to school. I used to rock bronze to school. Like maybe the 12s was kind of crazy because I remember it was like I was in high school at that point. But I still wore the bronze 12s. Like I used to wear the basketball shoes like streetwear. Let's bring it back.
What's the top 5? I mean, just out if you can even name them, top 5 most like, you know, impactful shoe in terms of like, you know, culturally, like
impactful shoe top 5. That's a great question.
Impactful shoe top 5.
Number 1 all time has to be the Air Jordan 1.
Okay,
that's kind of just a solidified fact. It kind of kicked off the entire sneaker craze. It's the Jordan. Jordan
respect to the second best player of all time.
Yeah,
yes,
respect to the bald gambler.
The gambling addict.
Yeah. The second most impactful shoe. Man, it gotta be a Kobe, huh? It gotta be probably the Grinches.
Yeah,
probably the Grinches.
Everybody's still wearing them today. They made them into cleats.
Bro,
what?
They have Grinch mismatched cleats. I'm like, we've gone so far. Like, not only do they have the green cleats, they got the green and red cleat now. I'm like, bro, this is football. What?
I'm like, I almost thought about copying and go run some routes in those. Like, that's crazy. Like, I don't even play football.
They tough. And that's funny we both said it too. So it literally be
the Grinches.
The second shoe in line.
Bro, KD4 might be number 3 though. I mean,
honestly, it has an outstanding legacy. However, I think I got to give the third spot to LeBron 10. I feel like the LeBron 10 was. I just remember the craze of that. That was the shoe, bro. Like, that was literally every colorway that dropped. There were so many different colors.
That's a hard one though, bro. Because those Easter KD4s, bro. The blue, or no, excuse me, the green with the orange swoosh on them, bro.
That's a great shoe.
That's
a great shoe.
Hitting the streets.
The Easter KD4.
The Easter KD4 specifically. Those were those were fitted with some cargo shorts or pants.
Easy.
For like my whole middle school, bro. Shit was crazy.
No, I remember for a minute I had the KD4 Aunt Pros as my lock screen.
Bro, like we had KD's shoes. Not even him wearing the shoes. Not even like it was the shoe.
I had the JPEG image as my lock screen. That's the kind of vibe we was on. This is the most beautiful shoe I've ever seen.
That's why I'm like, how like that might be over the LeBron. I don't know. The LeBron 10s is tough, and then I think the LeBron 8s might have to be there too. I mean, I don't know. The LeBron 8s might have to be there at the last.
Is there a recent model with motion?
Other than the Hardens probably got the best motion in a long time, but they don't really wear them outside.
That's what I'm saying.
So we gotta start that movement back up. Wear hoop shoes outside,
bro. Harden is the one. I promise, Harden's.
You gotta get the metallic ones.
The Hardens are the ones, bro.
You gotta cop those.
I'm literally finna wear them outside. I'm finna post a picture on Instagram soon. Like,
tag Harden in the club.
I'm outside.
Bro, you gotta get the official one in the club with the Hardens.
The Hardens on.
You gotta post on IG, and the caption gotta be in the club with some Hardens on.
In the club with some Hardens on. Don't wear Hardens to the club.
And then he gonna comment.
I gotta wear Hardens to the club.
Bro. That shit would be crazy.
Harden's in the club. No, man, we're wearing Harden's in the club 2025. What is a designer shoe? What is a Mason Margiela? What is a Louis V?
Off-White.
What is an Off-White? No, we're wearing Harden's. What are those? Harden's.
Well, it is the new year. What do you expect what do you expect basketball-wise to happen in the league that maybe we're not expecting in 2025? Is it going to be one of those sham bombs at 11 p.m. that KD got traded somewhere else again?
Honestly,
the LeBron retirement post.
I think ratings have been down all year.
Okay.
I think we're gearing up for one of the best playoffs we've ever seen.
Really?
I think it's going to be. There's a lot of team, the West playoffs specifically. I'm looking at the West. The West, there's so many teams right now they're in so many different places. You know what I'm saying? We got young teams climbing towards the top like that. There's pressure on them to win now. Oklahoma City, Timberwolves, Dallas.
Is there pressure on OKC to win
we've been number 1 seed these past two. We need to win a championship.
Okay.
We need to get to the championship.
Okay.
We're done just making the playoffs. We need to start.
We're off that now?
We're off that, yeah.
Okay.
Bump that. We need to start.
No chat? Still? We still on that?
Bump it, bro. We got a perennial MVP candidate every year. We're the number 1 seed every year. We should make it to the finals.
Yeah.
Or at least be in the conversation.
Yeah.
Dallas went last year. Pressure on them to get back. Timberwolves, they was in the mix last year, Western Conference Finals.
I feel like they're toast already. I mean, Julius Randle, he hoops like he's the first option. Like, it's weird. Like, everywhere he goes, it's like, bro, you got Anthony Edwards on your team, and you're over here doing ISOs, leading the turnovers. Like, what are we doing, bro?
And the lack of effort, too. It's just he plays. I mean, he'll just go beast mode one play, and then the very next play, it's just
he's going to single-handedly run Anthony Edwards out of town.
No, they
maybe 2 Karl Anthony Towns back in New York, bro. That'd be crazy.
That would be fire.
But that's the crazy. I mean, I think the craziest thing that's gonna happen is that LeBron's gonna retire this year. After this year, that's gonna be the craziest thing in 2025. LeBron's gonna retire after this year.
I don't think so. I don't think he'll do that, especially after what he just said. He could play 5 more 7 years. He wouldn't retire after this.
He said he could. But he's not going to.
I know, but he wouldn't retire. He don't want a surprise retire. LeBron is a showman, bro. He wants the farewell tour. He wants to cry in every city.
He literally said, I might Tim Duncan this. You know what? But Nike won't allow him to do that because all the commercials and stuff.
Bro.
Like, he signed a lifetime deal. Nike owns that, man. They're going to be like, LeBron, you ain't retiring until we say so.
I can already see all the commercials, bro. Like,
you remember Kobe had all the Nike commercials and stuff? Like, bro, like
LeBron retirement. I got chills just thinking about the LeBron retirement Nike commercials. Oh my god! Because every company Beats, they're all gonna give him the retirement commercials.
Not the Beats. The Beats
retirement. What's it gonna be? He gonna be walking through Akron. I done it all. Little slow R&B song playing, a little slow blues song playing. I done it all.
Is Drake gonna be at the LeBron retirement?
Yes.
Drake's gonna be there. You think that cool still?
Oh, I forgot. I high key for now. He's not.
He was listening to Kendrick at his birthday, though. See?
Yeah, no, he's not there, bro. Because it was obviously they were cool. You know, it was obviously they're cool, but.
You remember that video when he was like, "What?" LeBron said, "What did I tell you?" He said, "You told me that I could never let you down." I ain't seen nobody on that high of a stature get sunned like that. The way that LeBron said,
"I could never let you down."
He said, "And what did I tell you? That I can never let you down." That's crazy, Drake. Come on, man. We OVO hours over here, man. But come on, man. He stuttered too, bro. He stuttered too. That was a crazy, bro. He stuttered too.
I could never let you down,
bro. And now we just talking, bro. Did you see? I don't know if you seen Jeff Teague's pod. They had Charleston White on their pod, bro.
What?
They had Charleston White.
Was he wildin'?
Bro, they had to put down the Patreon, bro. They leaked the Patreon, and he said something crazy. He said talking about the WNBA. And I can't even say it on this platform, but he was talking about selling something. You know what I'm saying? That they want to do that, and they should do that. I don't know, something along those lines. That's
sell what? Never mind.
Yeah, see, but that's what I'm saying. They try to cancel Jeff Teague now because I guess apparently it was live on Patreon, and they didn't know that he was gonna say something like that. But Charleston White, you on a Who podcast? Why are you bringing this man on? I have your favorite athlete on here, bro. I'm speaking to. She's gonna be on the show, bro. I'm not even worried about it. She's gonna be on the show. We need a tank, bro. Her and Paige. See, just tank. Actually, just take your time, Nika. Take your time. If you need to take the season off to really get that, that knee up, man, we can have her and Paige next year.
Another emotion.
Surreal motion.
Paige was already. She's already familiar with Seattle. Yeah, we seen her at the. We seen her at the ghetto function.
You said,
is that Paige Becker?
You said that was. You said why is she in a sports bra in the club?
No, it wasn't even the club. It was one of those like events. You know what I'm saying? It's like the ratchet event. They be like, you got to get tickets.
She was in the field.
Brought her through the crowd. Walked her up on stage. They said, we got Paige Beckers in this.
They shouted her out on the stage.
Nah, but she was up there. She was up there, and I was like, that's Paige. I was like, that's Paige Beckers.
He said, boy.
Like, she tapped in within the city.
Was Nika there?
She could have been. She might have been just more low key, but
Paige was there for sure. Bumped into her in the club, bro. We could have already had her on the show. You gotta use those networking skills, man.
Oh my god, Nika.
Man, real quick, I'll bring it up since I know you probably ducking this, but just real quick, the Seahawks don't make the playoffs. I'm gonna just say it. Trade everybody. It's getting nasty. JSN, you lost me my fantasy football league, so it's you not an OVO hour no more, man. Gino, you're not getting the movie that my guy was over here talking about. Mike McDonald, you tried your best. We got to get back to the drawing board, though. And shout out to Pete Carroll. He might be a Chicago Bear next year.
That's not going to happen, I promise you.
It might happen.
He's old.
He got the fountain of youth. He's young-spirited.
No, he's old.
He's older than Greg Popovich, I think.
That's insane. That's actually insane. Bro? Yeah, no. You don't hire that as your head coach. Like, what are you doing for the future?
Bro, he's a legend.
He's not going to be our coach for the next decade, though. You know what I'm saying? Like,
he could. I mean, hey, the way he be running around the sidelines, he could be.
Maybe you're right. Because he was not happy with the advisor role we gave him here in Seattle. He said, "Oh yeah, I need more."
I mean, they're just throwing him bread. I mean, that's free bread. You can't be mad about that.
He said, "No, I'm cool."
They sent him into retirement. I
got a list of people that need to go though. Where should I begin? First, starting off, let's go to the receiver room. DeKalin Metcalf, I want you off my football team. Tyler Lockett, I want you off my football team. I love both of y'all.
You disrespect the goal.
No, I love both of y'all, but times have changed. I want both of you off my football team now. And this is coming from one of the most loyal Seahawk fans, you know what I'm saying? So just hear me out, Seattle. I want DK gone. I want Tyler gone. Maybe we could bring back Tyler as a coach. That'd be fun. He could do his little real estate thing full time now, get rolling, help out the new guys on the team, find somewhere to live when they move to the city. Cool.
He said retire and build your portfolio.
Literally, bro, get it going. Send DK to like the Chiefs. Send him somewhere nice, you know what I'm saying? Give him some championship aspirations. Let the nation see that he can't catch. Let them see that in 4K.
Wow.
But no, yeah, he's a great receiver still. Let them go see that in 4K though. Let's go see his hands.
Let's go see his hands.
Simple. I want the entire offensive line revamped. I don't really care about.
But it's been like that since the Russ era, bro. So at this point, it's just not gonna happen. You just have to accept that it's not gonna happen.
I want us to get the best free agent guard,
and it's not gonna happen.
Okay.
Because as soon as he gets to Seattle, though, it's one of those things.
It's an LA Lakers sort of situation.
Right, exactly. See, and that's crazy because I was just about to say, as soon as you step into an LA uniform, you're buns, and that's going to be the same thing with the Seahawks.
Bro.
If you're nice in your prime, you go to Seattle, you're there to die. So
Connor Williams, the center we signed, he was a solid center for Miami for like 8 years. Comes to Seattle, retires after 7 games.
Bro, the Seattle rain is depressing, bro.
It was too much. It was too much.
Seattle rain's depressing.
So, yeah, we need to do something about the O-line. I don't know what that means. Go sign the best available guards. Don't care how much it costs.
Franchise is cooked.
I want Kanon out of my team.
He just
Kenneth
got
Walker's
there,
good.
like 2 years ago.
Trade him.
Okay.
He's probably a third. Get him a third back for him, a second or third. I'm good with that. And then I also want, let's go move to the defense. I want, who do I want off the defense? I want Nwosu gone. Too much money. Solid. Stays hurt too. I want you off my team. I want Tariq Woolen gone. He knows too many girls I talk to. And also, he can't cover nobody. So I need him out my city as well.
He knows too many girls he talk to.
You got too many mutuals with everybody. Don't like that, Tariq. And you be at the club too much, and you can't cover no more. So I need him out my city.
Okay.
And I'm just keeping it a P there. What are we doing, Tariq? Like, you too worried about the wrong things. If you was covering and you was actually making plays, I ain't got no problem about the mutuals. But now I got a problem about the mutuals because you're not covering nobody. So that's where it gets gray. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, if you hooping, I turn a blind eye to it. I don't see the mutuals. I don't see the following. I don't see that. But now I see you not hooping. I see football's not important to you and you're in my city. I'm looking at the mutuals. I see you're not locked in. I see you're at home. I see you're at Fortune. I see
let him live. Let him live, bro. Keep doing you, bro.
Go do that in New England. Go do that in. Go do that somewhere else, bro.
There ain't no motion over there.
Go do that somewhere else. And lastly, off my team, He's a good player, but Jaron Reed, it's time to go. He's old. He's just not effective anymore. I need game changers in the front end. So I need the best available free agent D tackle. Thank you for coming to my Seattle Seahawks TED Talk, though. That's all I gotta say. I'm sorry.
You basically just told the whole team to scrap, but yeah, man,
that might not even make it. I just had to vent real quick.
You're right. No, for sure. You got anything else before we wrap up?
That's it for me.
Well, that's gonna be the first episode of the new year. Make sure you like and subscribe. Follow on Instagram, man, because we're keyboard warriors ourselves. Again, we see everything. Show some love over there. Shout out Nick Stauskas.
For all you niggas call me Zesty, pull up your top 5 right now. I need to see him. Pull up the top 5 baddest bitches you ever hit. I need to see him right now.
You said we could go band for band.
Go band for band in the paint. That's all I gotta say.
What's your IG? So just so they can hit you directly.
WEE7ER. We can go band for band in the chat.
He said, "Meet me there."
We can go band for band in the DMs. I need to see your top 5 right now.
Man, shout out Richard Jefferson.
Shout out Nick Stauskas. Shout out Richard Jefferson.
Shout out Nika Mule. We always do that. We always shout out future LL guests. Hey, you see the enthusiasm. You got one before we go?
Let's see. In what year did the Pistons reach their first NBA Finals?
God.
59, 67, 78, or 88?
78.
The answer is D, 88.
Damn, that was their first time making it?
The Pistons fell to the Lakers in 7 games in the 88
That was their
finals.
first. I didn't think that was their first one. God. That's going to do it for the LL. I clearly don't know basketball.
Is impossible.
Bronny James, keep hooping, bruh. Bryce James, shout out to Arizona. And it's unfortunate you probably won't be playing with LeBron because he's going to be retiring after this season.
That's not what's going to, bro. He's doing this to get Bryce in the league. He's going to get him to the show.
Bro, the nepotism can only go so far.
He's going to get his son to the show.
He
Both
already got
sons.
one in. He's done enough.
Both sons.